Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach a tutorial on how to create a pivot table. To start off, I'm going to teach you what a pivot table is. A pivot table is a tool in Microsoft Excel that helps companies and other people manage their big data and make it more organized and easier to use. So to start off, here is my Microsoft Excel document that has my data. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And here is my data right here. As you can see in the state column, I have a bunch of different states, all in no particular order at all. And then in my months, it's all unorganized as well, and so on with my units sold. So to begin my next step, I'm going to click anywhere in the table, like right here is fine, and then I'm going to try and select all the data at once. So to do this, I'm going to use Control and A. I'm going to press those at the same exact time. So Control A, there you go. And so it's highlighted my entire table. So whenever I highlighted my entire table, this little box is going to come up right here in the very corner. And if this box for some reason does not come up for you, as you can see, it'll also let you use Control Q to open it up. So we're going to open up this box, and it'll give us, a couple different options we can choose from. Of course, we're going to be using tables this time, so we're going to click on the Tables tab right here. And on these Tables tab, we have a bunch of different pivot tables. And look, it gives you a preview of each pivot table. So for this case, we're going to try and use one of the pivot tables that will give us the total number of units sold. So for this one, we will be using this specific pivot table. So whenever we click on it, it'll actually open up a whole new sheet for us, and we will still have our original data right here. But for this particular thing, we'll be working with sheet 2, where it'll give us our pivot table. So now this is our pivot table. It's been created, but let's say we want to add more information to it. Let's say we want to know how much each state has earned in each month as well on this pivot table, or how much each month for all the states units were sold. So to do this, in the right hand side of the sheet, we will have our months that are currently unchecked. So when we check the months, it'll create a different type of pivot table for us, where it'll have the bolded labels as the states, and then inside we'll have the months, and it'll tell us how much units were sold for each month for that particular state. Now the data does look a bit bigger, but it does look a little bit harder to read. To make this easier to read, we can take the months out of the rows section in the bottom right corner over here and drag it over to the column section. What this will do is move the months right over here into columns instead of rows that were just like the months. So now we can see how many units were sold in the month of March for all the states, or in the month of August for all the states. It'll also give us how many units were sold for an entire state. Like for example, California sold this many, or Pennsylvania sold this many. Lastly, it'll give us a grand total in the bottom right corner for all the states and all these months. So this was a nice tutorial on how to create a pivot table, and I hope this has helped you, and I wish you the best of luck on your future projects. Thank you.